Welcome to the Sportz Phenz Show. The show where, just like you, we can't get enough sports.
The 47-year wait is over! And the Nuggets win it! Wilson throwing, it's up for grabs, it is caught for the touchdown! And the Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50. And the Avalanche are 2022 Stanley Cup champions! And a shot into the back of the net for Diego Rubio!
Now here's your hosts, Arthur Knight and Larry Perkins.
1-0 Rapids. They are champions.
I was slitting it. I don't know if we talk over this part or not, but anyways, welcome to the Sportz Phenz podcast. I am filling in for Arthur Knight. I am Mark Perez, and we're here with Larry Perkins.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
As always, and it's nice to be talking about sports again. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But we're here live at So High Cafe, home of Viper Pit Barbecue. Come on down, 4300 West Alameda, between Sheridan and Federal on Alameda. You can come down and get some burn ends, some brisket, some hot links, some smoked wings,
and that mac and cheese that Arthur loves.
Oh, dude, I like that mac and cheese too, man. Yeah,
I like the links.
The Lanks are good. Yeah, man. You can't go wrong with them. He makes all of his sauces in-house, uses Ozo coffee. This is one of the only places in town that you can get a cup of Ozo coffee fresh. In Denver, not in Boulder, where they're originated at. So, yeah, come check it out. So High Cafe. If you have a podcast, you can come record it here, because normally I'm over there on the other side. But the other podcast is recorded here weekly.
I know all about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is a podcast in paradise.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like we have 4 mics ready to rock with good, high quality cameras, and you can come in here and get your podcast on. We'll give you the show afterwards, or we can stream it live to the internet. However you want to do it.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Well, buddy, it's an honor.
Yeah, this is awesome, man.
I mean, we always talked at all. It's the first time doing, on live with you.
That's right. Yeah, we've been in the studio. I've been in the studio a couple times when you guys started recording here and stuff, and so it's cool. Like I'm always in the chat trying to change the show from the chat. Exactly. That's what I try and do. But as far as my background, me and Arthur were in a hip hop group. And I was his DJ for a while, and then once that ended, I started a podcast network called the Rerun Podcast Network, and then we did the Rerun Sportscast, which I produced all the shows of that, and we had my friend Matt Diaz as the host, and then Arthur was the co-host, and we did it pretty much weekly for 3 years, 2012 to 2014, through the Peyton Manning reign of the Broncos, and so that was fun to cover all that. I think the only Super Bowl we did cover, though, was was the one that we lost to Seattle. Yeah, so that was a bummer.
It was the actual quarterback you guys picked up later down the road.
Yeah, exactly. That's so weird, and he destroyed us twice. That's come to think of it now. But yeah, so that's how I know Arthur, and that's why I think chose me to come in and help out while he's on vacation.
Yeah, it was a great choice. He ran that by me.
Hell yeah, man. Cool.
That's awesome, because we got I call you the guru. You know what I'm saying? Because
nice, dude.
Yeah, because he was telling me one time, what did you say? Just have internet connection and.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I was telling him about how with my other show we do what I call guerrilla podcasting. I was like, as long as you give me internet and power, I can make a show happen.
That's awesome.
So podcasting has been a passion of mine for a long time now. But as far as sports go, I'm pretty much all Denver teams. I was indoctrinated as a Denver Broncos fan early on. You know what I mean? With the school and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we had Broncos Day, and it was when we went to play against the Washington Redskins and in the Super Bowl in 85, 86, something like that, I think. Anyways, this is way back when, but we were losing really bad by halftime, and I went upstairs and locked myself in my room and was crying. I was in kindergarten though, so
that's when your fandom hit. Yeah,
yep, exactly.
Mine was in '84.
Oh, okay.
That's when I really got indoctrinated to
Sure.
Lakers. I mean, the Boston Massacre, they whooped us. I mean, we
Right.
got them back in '85. But
Right.
that I remember, I cried.
Yeah, it's funny, man. All these,
But yeah, it's just memories.
of course, dude. Yeah, man, that's funny, man. Yeah, so yeah, Broncos, and then back in the early '90s, the Nuggets were the cheapest ticket in town. Like you could get a Nuggets. It was like buy one get one free
I
Nuggets
think was
ticket.
that the Mick Nichols Arena.
Of course. Yep. Yeah. And like my dad would, like it was almost like a way to babysit. He would buy us all tickets, and like they're super cheap, and we'd sit up there, and me and my friends just scream our heads off. And I was lucky enough to catch that '93-'94 team. That unseeded Seattle. That year.
I remember that.
That was the team that made me love the Nuggets, man. So
I was watching that playoff series again with Kemp and Peyton versus Brian Stitt,
Robert
LaFonso
Pack,
Ellis, DeFons,
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf,
Mahmoud,
Dikembe Mutombo. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was a nice team, and that was awesome.
Yeah, dude. I mean, as a kid, like just becoming a Nuggets fan, like I was a couple of years into it, by the time that came around, but like just knowing the history that we've never, did well in the playoffs, and had no business being there, really, honestly.
Okay, no, But speaking about the Denver Nuggets, how you feel about them signing your boy for 2 years?
I don't know, man. I'm excited about it, and I hear all the criticisms of it and all that stuff, but I'm excited for it as long as I feel. I don't know. I think the part that people are most scared about is him in trying to inject himself into the starting lineup. You know what I mean? Or like trying to get the stat lines of a starting player or something like that. You know what I mean? Where I feel like if he knows his role here and he knows that he's like the leader of the second team,
right?
And what we really need is to make sure that and we'll get to this later with KCP's comments about being gassed, but. As long as we can get Jokic and Murray some, well-needed rest, and I think, and Westbrook isn't trying to like insert himself in, too hard,
Well, because me and Arthur, we touched on this, last week,
Yeah.
and that was my only concern. If you can bring like a veteran or somebody that he kind of like listen to,
right.
Into that locker room and like calm down, because I'm pretty sure, Coach Malone, he's gonna lay down like this is what we're gonna do.
Role.
This is what you're gonna. I already know that's what type of coach he is.
Sure.
But you have to understand, Russell Westbrook is the type of player that if he reads, soon as he see you, he reads you, and
Right.
if he don't like what you says, you lost him right there.
Right.
You lost him soon as the ball tips off for the 2024-25 season.
Exactly.
So that's why I was, worried, but if he do what he, supposed to do,
if he plays his role, that's going to be fine, I think.
And the good thing, he accepted that. When he was with the Lakers, he really he was going back and forth with it, but when he went to the Clippers, Ty Lue, he kind of accepted it when he went to the Clippers. So hopefully that's like a carry. It's a carryover. Hopefully it can be a carryover.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
And like I say, it's not a bad pickup. But the thing is, don't expect anything.
I just don't think it fixes a whole lot of things other than hopefully getting Murray some rest. You know what I mean? Like
that's definitely going to happen.
I just don't. I don't know. He's been in a slow decline in his later years, or maybe I don't know. Maybe if he has more minutes, we'll see better from him. But like I said,
well, it's just
presence.
Interesting to see how players thrive or how they get affected during especially a championship team when they go through the rigors of back to back long playoffs runs. You know what I'm saying? That you can tell and so far, Murray's body is, taking a big hit.
It's a concern.
Hopefully,
that's for sure.
And me and Arthur, we talked about this not last week, but the week before last. For us, like his contract situation, how they want his conditioning. You know, he
Right.
he needs better conditioning, which I agree with, because you're going to need that, especially when you go on these long playoff runs.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. No,
Because, like
mean-
I say, for the Nuggets, you know, I'm not a Nuggets fan, but for the Nuggets, this is not over. They have more gas in the tank, and they have more playoff runs.
I believe so.
So it's going to be essential. It's going to be paramount that he does something with his conditioning. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I agree. Yeah, and yeah, with the disrespect that they gave him, not, you know what I mean, like
That was
not
tough.
settling up his contract for the Olympics and all that stuff.
I hate
like,
going in defense of, you know, opposing players.
Sure.
But the thing is, that was unwarranted.
right.
And whoever made that, you know, they need to have their, you know, license revoked. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful.
Yeah, that brings us to one of the things that Bleacher Report called Jamal Murray. He's the 4th most overrated NBA player.
Totally
like, I
disrespectful.
think that's completely
Totally
disrespectful.
disrespectful.
I mean, you know, okay, if we're realistically looking as Nuggets fans, we have to look at his injuries and how, you know, we could be potentially held hostage by those injuries if they get exasperated. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's why I see why the management waited till after the Olympics to try and figure this whole thing out. You know what I
Right.
mean? But also, I don't think that they're playing him. You know, he scored 8 points in the last game that they played, and you know
They shouldn't.
So
yeah.
I don't think he's getting. I mean, SGA is killing it. Wow, dude. What Shane Gilgeous-Alexander? Jeez, he's really killing it right now. Anyways, but we'll talk about that a little bit later here. But yeah, I think that's some major disrespect that they gave to Jamal Murray over here, at being the 4th
Hopefully,
most overrated NBA player.
Hopefully, Coach Malone will use that as bulletin board material.
Yeah,
hopefully.
sure. Yeah, of course.
And he can go out and have a great season, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess.
But he compliments Jokic very well.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. And there's been, you know, people talking about the Olympic performances already so far, and they're like, well, Jokic looked like Jokic, and Murray, you know what I mean? But like, he hasn't had much minutes. You know, he's probably still nursing some of these injuries from the end of the season.
It's like apple and oranges.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah. And while we're still on the Nuggets, I mean, KCP sharing on I forgot whose podcast it was, but he was on someone else's podcast this week talking about how the Nuggets basically ran out of gas in the playoffs. And
I totally agree.
Yeah, no, I mean, because you could see it there. You know
I
what
agree
mean?
100%.
Oh, yeah, dude.
What KCP was saying.
Yeah.
You know, in all 5 games, you know, we won 1 game.
Right.
We was there. I was like, we led. I mean, the only thing the Nuggets did was win the games. I mean,
Right.
we
Yeah,
led through.
sure. No.
We couldn't close.
Nope.
It was
Yeah.
embarrassing to say
Right.
the least. But you know, we couldn't close. They ran out of gas. They wasn't. You can tell they really wasn't. It took game-winning shots by Jamal Murray to win the games. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, if you recall, after the All-Star break, I think there was a story that was going around saying that Jokic, you know, was fired up from the All-Star game and texted the team, trying to get them riled up to get the first spot. You know what I mean? It ended up in a 3-way tie for first place.
Exactly.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's,
So like,
that's what leaders do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
they expended all their energy doing that, though. You know what I mean? And possibly they could have not gave it so much gas, got a lower seed,
Yeah,
and
see, that's the
and
thing.
scooted in there. You know what I mean?
the flip
And-
side of it. That's
Right.
what you know. And the thing is, you know, I think that was very good on Jokic's part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to do it over again, because that shows leadership. That shows something. Even if it probably was at the end of it, it was kind of like the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, they exerted a lot of them,
Right, yeah.
and they got tired out.
Well, we expected more from our bench. You know what I mean? And we didn't get the performance from the bench that we got the year before because we were missing 2 integral parts from that bench. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I like for you guys, I like the Westbrook acquisition. If he
exactly.
and it's always a if.
If he doesn't want to be the cancer of the team,
right?
Right.
If he don't
Yeah.
want to be the locker room
if
problem.
he wants to just fall in line with the team ethos and everything, then I think it's going to be just fine.
Right, but you
Yep.
guys still gonna have to get some other I don't know, maybe the buyout market later down the line.
Yeah, maybe.
But-
Or maybe one of these two-way players ends up being decent or something like that. You know, we have in the summer league we've had like 2 or 3 people.
Because as far as the depth for you guys is concerned, it got a little more thin this year than it did last year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But you know, we had, I think his name is PJ Hall. He looks like a little like a small Aaron Gordon, you know, like kind of clone, you know what I mean? So like he's looking pretty good. Strother had some pretty good games over in the summer league. So, you know, hopefully one of those guys can come out and be kind of like the shooter off the bench type of thing, you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. So that's kind of the Nuggets situation for right now. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have given them bad grades on what they've done over the offseason, you know, and you know, I don't know.
TBT.
Yeah, to be determined, exactly, because yeah, we'll see how the Westbrook thing pans out, but also I just don't feel like that was enough, you know what I mean? I think a lot of Nuggets fans are kind of feeling like we didn't really capitalize in the offseason and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Well, you did better than the Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You did better than them.
Yeah.
You know, but hey, I love my team, but
They not, I mean, so they got Bronny, of course. And then is that pretty much the extent of the acquisitions?
Our first round pick, but we picked up a gentleman by the name of Henson.
Okay.
You know, and
All right.
signed him to a deal, a summer league deal. He's doing all right, but you know, our first round pick, you know, I like it. Dalton Connect. He's going to be a rotation player.
Yeah.
You know, he was averaging almost 20 points, I think, in the summer league. I mean, I haven't seen a rookie that we had like that since Kyle Kuzma. You know,
okay. Yeah,
that was very confident on the floor as a rookie.
Right.
And also, you know, Kyle Kuzma was an older rookie. He was like a 22.
Okay.
20,
Yeah.
Which like Dalton is, he's in his 22. So he
Right.
wasn't like 1 year college into the pro type of player.
Got it.
You know,
Got it. Yeah.
but
Essentially
he's an all 4 year.
a seasoned high school player. You know what I mean? Like, no. I mean, if he came in earlier than that, yeah. No.
Right.
But he's not that. Like,
But yeah, I
it's
like
kinda
him.
like Bo Nix.
I like him a lot.
5th year
And-
senior type thing.
And I'm just trying to imagine a backcourt of Austin Reeves and you know, Dalton Connect. That'd be interesting. I mean, they probably get cooked. They're not really athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a little athletic, Dalton, but yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Our off season basically was, you know, how Bronny's doing.
What's I mean, I think I caught the show when you guys were talking about this, or if you did even talk about it. But how you feeling about JJ Redick, the JJ Redick hire?
Ooh.
It's just
What? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You know, you get different feels, different reports. You know, people saying that he's the next, you know, young thing, like how Steve Kerr was when he came onto the scene. You know, more like, you know, of a Pat Riley ilk. You know,
right.
I don't know. You know, a lot of players really didn't like him because how cocky he was and
Right.
how a butthole he was as a player. And the thing is, during his press
Sure.
conference, I watched the Lakers press conference when they introduced him with Rob Pelinka, and yeah, he is a, you know, confident, cocky you know what?
Yeah,
SOB.
yeah, for
and
sure.
the thing is, he rubs a lot of people the wrong way. He rubbed me personally the wrong way when he mentioned on a podcast, he was talking about the players from the 40s and 50s and how he said today they like firefighters and plumbers and I found that,
right.
you know, like Jerry West said, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? That's very disrespectful.
Sure.
You know, and he do come off as a very disrespectful type. You
Yeah.
know, now if he can translate that to wins and, you know, change the culture of our team, more power to him. But until then, you know, it's left to be, you know, determined. No.
Cool. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm looking up his Wikipedia right now because I'm not even like totally up on his background. So he went to
Yeah.
Duke, and then
was a Dookie.
then as a player he was drafted by the Magic, went to the Bucks, the Clippers, 76ers, Pelicans, ended up with the Mavericks in 2021.
Right.
Damn, that's a long career.
Yeah.
2006, 2021.
We cooked him. We cooked them in the finals. That team he was on with Hedo Turkoglu when Dwight Howard and Jameer Nelson when they went to the finals in 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, and that's why Kobe really never did like him. Kobe felt he was a dirty type of player.
And sorry, go on.
No.
Oh, okay. If I remember correctly, I heard that Anthony Davis is the one who kind of facilitated bringing JJ Redick in. Is that like he was a fan of this whole thing happening, or is that something I'm making up in my head right now?
That was a LeBron James.
Oh, it was a LeBron James thing.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Anthony Davis was kind of sold on Hurley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wanted. I mean, Hurley would have been cool as well, but I wanted a more veteran. I didn't want any more first time like Darvin Ham. I didn't want any more first time coaches. Like a JJ Redick or was it Dan Hurley? I think it's Dan Hurley.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I wanted a veteran. I wanted a veteran
someone
coach
with some wins under their belt.
Right.
Sure.
And we didn't get that. We got another rookie. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna see how he does.
It's just an interesting time in Lakers ball right now, like you were talking about, like having the father and son on the team and all that stuff, and then having this coach who they bring in that almost seems like a facilitator to deal with the personalities or something like that. You know what I mean? Because it almost seems like, because I don't know how you feel about his basketball mind. You know what I mean?
They say it's great.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I don't know anything about it. So
you talk to a lot of people, Sam Cassell, you talk to a lot of assistant coaches. They said he should have had an assistant job already. But then again, it goes back to what I was saying about his cockiness.
Right.
I don't want to be an assistant coach. I want to be a head.
Go straight to the top.
I want to go straight to the top, which is good. The thing is, if you can pull it off, great. But if you can't, I mean, it's not a good look for you.
Sure. Okay.
So they say he has we'll see this season.
Yeah, for
we'll
sure.
See his X's and O's.
Yeah, see if he can handle this team, who's in some kind of weird free fall right now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
As far as
I tell people, please,
willy nilly letting people handle things over there. It seems like
don't sugarcoat it. Give them everything they need, everything they deserve. Because the thing is, basically this was a LeBron James off season. He did everything. Yeah. The management and ownership just sit back and let him do everything. He said, "Oh, and by the way, I'm going to the Olympics. My son better have a spot when I come back." Stuff like that. So this is all orchestrated by him.
Sure.
And like I say, this has been since 2018. I was never, and I'm a big Lakers fan, but like I say, I was never a big fan.
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of them bringing him on, even through a 2020 bubble chip. I never was a fan.
Interesting.
And I'm gonna be a Laker fan forever. But the thing is, I still have my opinion.
Sure.
And that was a bad move.
When the Broncos brought in Peyton Manning, I thought that I was going to feel that same way. I was like, oh, I like Peyton Manning, and I think he's going to be good. My initial feelings were it's going to be good, but also I was like, man, is he just going to come here and do kind of but he didn't install his will anywhere, really. You know what I mean? Like LeBron, he didn't, But the thing he did that from the field. Anything he did that from the field. It wasn't like.
But see, I was here during the Peyton Manning. It was a great time for you guys.
Sure.
But the thing is, if you know his history, going back to Indianapolis.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? He was never that type.
Right.
So Denver isn't like L.A. Denver is not, because some people come from a smaller type organization and go to the bright lights and change.
Right.
He's not going. It's going from the same kind of extreme.
Gotcha.
From Indianapolis to Denver.
Right.
So I kind of knew he was going to be the same way he was.
Right.
And
he was also fighting the neck thing, and had the relearn how to throw the football. And anyways, I think we're getting way off here.
Okay, yeah.
But I was just bringing the comparison as far as
right.
I've never really seen a superstar take over a team as much as I have seen LeBron do with the Lakers lately. You know what I mean? And I think that's pretty interesting.
And I talked to a lot of my friends about it. You know what I'm saying? Only team, because at first Cleveland, and I know we're gonna, ramble a little bit on, but
Sure.
Cleveland, when he first got there, they didn't do it.
No.
They did it the second time around.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's-
Miami was a no-go. Pat Riley wasn't letting that happen.
No.
You know what I'm
no.
saying?
No. Yeah.
So LA probably was the default dummy, in this. And now teams are looking at like, I don't want to be like them. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you
totally.
good, you great and stuff, but the way we treat him, we should already have 2 going on 3 championships.
Yeah.
So we're not really, reaping the rewards,
Right.
so to speak, from him on full control mode.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And with the NBA kind of going to team-oriented basketball again, it seems like those type of teams are like the ones that are kind of winning again. You know what I mean? Like the
Right.
Nuggets last year. The Timberwolves kind of have that same. Conley kind of built up this weird, like almost unstoppable type of thing, sort of.
Right.
Even though they got stopped this year.
Well, speaking of team ball,
Yeah.
man, how about this Olympics, man?
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Man, that was cool that the game was on like a couple hours right before we came
I was
here,
I was
Yeah.
watching it on my way in.
Absolutely,
Actually,
yeah. Jokic came out early and
dominated
early, and I was
Go
like,
ahead,
oh
you're
shit,
you're a Nuggets fan. You can pump your chest.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he
No.
dominated.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend Bonnie were watching the game. And we're like, oh man, does it feel bad that we're rooting for Serbia a little bit? You know what I mean? Because because I was going for Jokic, but
Hey. Did you know the majority of the NBA players, and that's kind of awesome, the majority of the NBA players are now in these games,
yeah,
are sprinkled in
No, dude.
from Brazil, from
Big time.
France, from Greece,
Yeah.
with Antetokounmpo, and stuff.
I was
And
going through the highlights and I was like, whoa, there's
like,
so
is
many
this
players I
like-
recognize, like Rui Hachimura for Japan and like,
Rui is killing it.
dude, yeah, he had a great game.
I
yeah,
mean, him,
for sure.
and it was the game, not last night, but it was. I'm trying to remember. Let me check. I think it was a
Let's
couple.
see.
It was Germany and Japan was playing because
Yep.
they're in the same group, Group
Yep,
B.
that's right.
And it was funny to see 2 Lakers. Ex-Laker
Sure.
Schroeder.
Right.
Schroeder, and they was going at it. Rui and Schroeder.
Right,
They was
yep,
going at
exactly.
it.
Yeah,
And-
no, that's
and that's the beauty of it. That's what, as a soccer fan, I love
sure.
soccer.
Yeah, I heard. I heard that last
And
week.
that's
Yeah.
and the thing is, United States, as far as the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
is it was becoming a global after the '92 Olympics, but from now, I mean, it's miles ahead of.
Oh,
it,
yeah, it's crazy,
and it's just awesome to see players that play on your team, wearing a different.
Yeah. Like
You know.
the Serbia jerseys or the Canada jerseys or
Yeah.
like however it goes, but like
Yeah.
I hear you on that, man. Like it's exciting, and it's funny because you can't talk about men's basketball without bringing up the '92 team. You know what I mean? Like, which is quite possibly one of the greatest rosters ever assembled by a known man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this year was probably one of the closer ones. You know what I mean? KD, Steph Curry, LeBron James.
Yeah,
like
that's
you know what
nice.
I mean?
I kind of like the Kobe,
Right.
LeBron, Jason Kidd.
That was a good one, too.
The
Yep.
Redeem team. I like the
Right.
Redeem team.
Yep, Redeem team was good.
This is a nice team, and and I know Arthur probably looking and listening. I'm kind of backtracking right now.
Sure, no, go on.
Because, no, I was backtracking because I wasn't really sold on Team USA.
Mm-hmm.
But now,
Yeah,
since KD, because remember KD, he didn't play in none of the pre,
none of the exhibition games. Yeah,
right? He didn't
yep.
play in none of them.
No.
He came in, and his performance, he never, because like a little side note,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, KD never in his basketball career, had a half where he was 8 for 8. He was 100%. He
Right.
never was 100%.
No.
He was 100%.
That's crazy. Yeah,
8 for 8.
He came out guns a blazing, man.
And he did it, and they have no answer. The game was close, The game was close
Yep.
in the first half. The first quarter, it was like at the end, it was 25-20.
Yeah, they got up by like what was it, like 6 or 9 or something like
Yeah.
that early on, and then like it was.
As soon as KD came off the bench,
Yep.
and it was just they didn't have nothing. He's the only player, I think, in a long time that nobody, no opposing team can do anything with him because of his length. You know.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And like how Minnesota's defenders kind of have that like lengthy thing going on. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's crazy. I think it's the future of the NBA is these like tall,
most definitely. I was
lanky,
about to say that. I
yep.
was about to say that the blueprint, but
Yep.
yeah, they couldn't do nothing. And my whole take last week, what I was saying about Team USA, they need to involve their bigs more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I still do believe because they was hitting all their shots. They made 13. They was 13 from 32 from 3-point.
Right.
They
Yep.
made a lot of 3-pointers, which Serbia did not.
Right. Oh
You
yeah.
know what I'm
Lots of
saying?
air balls actually. Did you see a lot of that? That was a little sad. I was like, oh.
They're not going to be doing that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Team USA is not going to be that hot through the whole tournament. You know, you have to bank on that. You have to. You can't go in with rose-colored glasses talking about they're going to shoot, 52%, through the whole tournament.
No.
So, like I said, and that comes to the question that I have, like their inside game, their inside, their Anthony Davis's, their Joel Embiid's, and Joel Embiid is he's having a horrible Olympics.
Oh, dude, no, he's not.
I mean, he's just getting booed everywhere he goes.
In fact, there was rumors that he was feeling ill before the game, and all the Serbian fans were joking that he was trying to ditch out on Jokic again, because every time Jokic comes into Philadelphia, or as Philadelphia comes in,
That's awesome.
Like, yeah, he's always trying to duck him, man. So it's like, so all the Serbians are like, yeah, man, and B's trying to duck Jokic again, man. So.
That's awesome.
I thought that was a funny little side note, but yeah, no, he played not well. And then, did you hear how they were booing him every time he grabbed the ball? What is that? Was it? Sometimes that's like someone's name or something, like, and they're like woo, and they like, but no, I think they're booing him, right? Because he's just not respected on the international stage or something, I guess. I don't know.
He's not respected on any stage. The thing is, I remember one time when the Lakers was playing Philadelphia. Well, actually, Philadelphia was playing LA in a Staples Center, aka crypto.
Right. Yeah.
He made a comment about Laker fans, talking about their they're no good until it's dinner time when they come out or something like that. And say this guy, he's just annoying. Nobody likes Joel Embiid.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah, no,
he just don't know what to say. He doesn't have anything like you. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just.
Yeah, I don't think he deserved that MVP.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. So. Yeah, that's Joel Embiid. That's pretty crazy, man.
So what team you think that will give U.S. more problems?
I was surprised at how hard it was to handle South Sudan. Like, that's pretty crazy. I don't think that they're going to be the ones that give us the problems, but
really,
maybe not. I don't know. I mean, that was the exhibition. We didn't have KD. You know what I mean? So there's
that is true. That's
you know what I mean. So is this new souped up team gonna but I don't know.
Well, like I say, I had my reservations for them when KD was nursing his injuries.
Right.
But now, because he said he's good to go.
Oh, okay.
So now
Yeah.
I don't see nobody beating them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, Australia looked like they had like good ball movement and stuff like that, and they won their game pretty handily. And
Right. I would say Canada.
Canada, they're number 2 on the power rankings.
Right. I would say Canada
for sure.
Because you look at the players like what's his name, Jay Barrett. What is it? The Knicks, the ex-Knicks, BJ Barrett or something.
Barton.
Barrett.
No,
it's Barrett.
Okay, Barrett.
Yes, I just know his last name. Something, JJ Barrett, I think. But him, SGA.
Yep.
Jamal
SGA.
Murray. That little pest. What's his name? From the Memphis Grizzlies that went to the what's his name? I can't remember his name. It escapes me right now.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the roster right now because I'm pretty dumb about all this too. Zach Edey, Dylan Brooks, RJ Barrett,
Dylan Brooks,
Kelly Olynyk.
They have a nice team.
Yeah, they do actually. Yeah, like as far as like when I was looking at all the teams and like trying to see how many NBA players there was.
they
probably have
all-
the second amount of,
They do.
right, of NBA players on their team.
They all NBA ready. And what I like about South Sudan, they remind, and I tell people this. And people laugh at me. South Sudan, they make up, and they only been playing, international ball for the last 10 years?
I don't even remember them being a team until recently, you know what I mean? So exactly.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
So, but their makeup, and I watched their roster up and down with William Gabriel, and stuff. Their roster is kind of like, I'm not trying to be funny, but it reminds me of the Toronto Raptors. No, I'm
That's
serious.
interesting.
It reminds me because they're long and lengthy.
Okay. Yeah.
And they get in those passing lanes,
Right.
and they can block shots, and that's why they was giving the USA lots of problems.
Yeah.
But like I said, that probably it will change because KD is back, right ready for it. But the thing is, their bigs outplayed our bigs just because of their athleticism.
Right. Yeah. No. Totally. I agree with you 100% there. But yeah, like you said, I think Canada's probably the one who could give.
They have the talent.
Yeah, they have the talent to give them.
I'm talking first. Yeah, the talent wise, they have, other than United States, they have the most NBA ready players,
Right.
and they can, yeah.
I was watching the Spain game this morning, the replay of last night's game. I forgot who Spain was playing.
It was
but
Australia.
Australia, okay.
Yeah, Australia beat them.
Who was the old dude? There was like an old guy with gray hair who came out, and he was like, dude, he was hitting shots from three, and like.
I was about to say something, but I don't want to be disrespectful. I thought that was like Powell and Mark's dad. I was like, y'all, they brought their daddy out here.
Dude. But he was out there balling, dude. I was like, damn, that's pretty crazy.
Only in the Olympics. That's why I love the Olympics.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, for sure. But they said that, I mean, from what I heard, the commentary during the what I was watching, they were saying that he played on many national teams, and he had a lot of like veteran experience and stuff like that. Obviously,
after I seen him, I thought
I was like,
Arvydas Sabonis was gonna come out for play for Lithuania. I was like, who they rolling out there? When I seen it, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, man, for sure, dude. Yeah, so I mean that's Olympic stuff. Yeah, I mean, have you watched any of the other stuff?
The fencing.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was watching the fencing.
Cool.
It's all. I was watching some female U.S. soccer, watching Trinity Rodman go at it. I mean, she's awesome. But I was just watching all type of events because my little TV you can pan. I watch synchronized swimming, and it's just I love the Olympics.
Yeah, shit. No, I mean, I don't think I like tune into them like but like last night we're just sitting around on the couch, we're flipping on the Olympics, and it was just cool watching all that stuff. We were kind of tuned into the gymnastics stuff, and all that stuff was really crazy. The men's stuff, and
I like how they pan to other events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then you can. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I love about the most about it.
Yeah, it's just like it's a sports fanatic's dream.
But see, fencing is
for sure.
I love fencing because it's more than just actually hands-eye coordination. It's also feed. It's kind of like they dancing.
I was about to say it's like a dance, right?
They're dancing with a musket type. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So,
yeah. That's cool. No, I remember being young and thinking fencing was cool, but it's kind of like how hockey was. Like for me, like I'd never really got into hockey because of the barrier of entry to getting into the sport. Basketball, you buy a basketball and you find a court and that's it, and that you're in. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? But like hockey is like you need all these either skates or rollerblades, and then you need the pads, and then you need the pucks.
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse as well.
It's
same
like,
thing, right? Yeah.
I mean, y'all done priced me out.
Yeah. Yeah,
y'all done priced me out. I can't just, I can't afford all that.
Yeah, man, that's funny. You play, do you play golf at all?
No, I play basketball.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? I hit the J from time to time.
Yeah, for sure. No, I used to. My knee kind of says no every once in a while, so I can only get a little bit of basketball in nowadays. But
I play soccer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's
cool.
And people are like, oh my God, I can't speak. I mean, I
I
love
heard
basketball.
Arthur hating on it last week, and I was like, dude, come on, man. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
It's see, the thing is, it's like I'm a chess player.
Yeah.
You know, I like playing chess, not checkers.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Soccer is it's more tactician.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
It's more than just running around.
you tell with the scores, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you have to be very tactful, you know, like, and be aware of that, you know? Yeah.
And to realize when you're to realize in soccer, it starts and ends with a great striker.
yeah.
You know,
Right.
A
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
You have a great striker. It don't matter. People want to say goalie. You know what I'm saying? If you have a great striker, you know, mostly you see all these great teams like
Yeah.
Italia, you know, Brazil, Argentina.
Yeah.
I remember Italia had one named Baggio.
Uh-huh.
You remember Baggio? I mean,
I've heard the name. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
But
no,
yeah,
I'm not really that familiar, but yeah, I've heard the name.
all these
Yeah.
historic teams,
Sure.
World Cup,
Yeah.
you know, champions had great, even all the way back to Pele with Brazil.
Right,
You know,
okay,
strikers rule.
Okay.
You know, you not have good goalies, but strikers rule.
It seems like in all the games that have a goalie and a goal, that the soccer goalie is at the most has the most insurmountable odds out of all of them. You know, like the hockey goalie, he can kind of cover the whole thing.
He
you know
has
what I mean?
padding and everything.
Yeah, but
much respect. I love hockey goalies.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm
dude,
saying?
big time. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying like they can block more of the goal with their body, whereas the soccer, you know, you're 1/10 the size of the goal. You know what I mean? So you're like, if you can make
But
10
that's-
of you to like block it, then it's
But
good.
that's
you know?
awesome though, you know. But yeah, soccer is like really dear to my heart, you know.
Cool.
It's like 1A, 1B because I grew up watching basketball.
Gotcha.
You know.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
grew up watching both, you know.
Sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, soccer I tune into when it's World Cup time. You know, that's basically when I come in on it.
Yeah,
And, but I like watching it. You know, like
I try to tell people, it's like, you know, to get into the sport, you know, you to watch World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And one World Cup, because a lot of people stop watching soccer, you know,
Yeah,
and the people don't like MLS. And I get that. You know what I'm saying?
what's so bad about the MLS product as opposed to the, you know, like what they would play
Well, the thing is,
elsewhere?
what the thing is, MLS.
Yeah.
It's basically, you know, USA, we support stars. And we don't have any homegrown.
Got it.
Most of the stars, like for the Miami
Coming in.
franchise, Miami franchise, we was support Neymar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so
Gotcha.
no, I'm not Neymar. Oh, it slipped me. It's not
Yeah,
Neymar.
you can
I'm
get
sorry.
anything past me because I don't know
Okay,
anything
it
about
wasn't-
those guys. So.
It wasn't Neymar, but it was messy. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
It was messy.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
anyway, they spend so much time, you know, supporting and bringing out these foreign players. It turns off a lot of American players.
Gotcha.
We want to support our guys.
Right. Yeah.
And unfortunately, we don't have that many stars. We
Right.
don't have many stars to promote.
And then they want to go play over there because the action's better over, you know, across the pond, right?
And the
Yeah,
pay is
yeah.
more.
Oh,
The pay is way lucrative,
sense. You got-
especially in the UEA,
Yeah.
the Emirates, the United
Okay,
Arab
yeah,
Emirates, and places like that. They pay their players 3-4 times exorbitant amount of money
Wow.
than you. And the thing is, it's like you can't turn that type of money
No,
down.
no.
They paying you with oil money.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So
yeah, you can't. No. Nope.
You know,
That's interesting. That's crazy.
yeah. So that I'm glad that's a good question.
No,
but the
yeah,
thing
because
is,
I always wondered why it never really. But I mean, because like I remember the year, like every Denver team lost or like was terrible that year, and then the Rapids won the world championship, and no one even brought it up or anywhere. Like
Yeah.
like none of my friends are like none of that. You know,
I would say support the homegrown talent.
Uh-huh.
But at this time, it's not really. I mean, it's good players. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I mean, to be in a professional soccer league there's good players, but you don't have that combination of great talent and marketability. You have
Gotcha.
these foreign
Right.
players. They used to this.
Right.
It's like fit like a glove. So once we market these, you know, players from the Galaxy and from all these other MLS teams,
Yeah.
it's just like a shoe fits. It's perfect because they have experience. They've been marketed good overseas.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's how the MLS differs from the product across.
Right.
I don't even know what the league is called across the pond. The
UEFA. UEFA.
UEFA. Okay.
Yeah, the UEFA. I would tell people like close to home, homegrown, to get into the Copa America. That's what we was talking about right now.
Right.
That was
last week where people were breaking in and stuff. People were like breaking into that.
It's
thing.
more. The thing is, it's more homebound. I mean, as far as like Brazil, it's more South, North and South America,
Gotcha.
more Western Hemispheric, so to speak.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Cool. All right. Yeah. We'll have to give that a roll on some soccer, man. Like, yeah. If I had a friend that was more into it, I'd probably be watching it more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll try and get into
But
it.
if you just looking at it from just like I'm just looking from American eyesight, just like, hey man, they better score this like that. You're gonna be bored.
Yeah.
You're gonna go out and probably go to the market and come back. You know what I'm saying? But you
Right.
you can't look at it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really watch a lot of hockey either. So I mean, you know what I mean? Like
I'm
that's,
pretty sure I don't either.
Yeah, I like playoff time. I'll usually tune in.
It's
you know what I
strategic
mean?
as well.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, it's essentially the same
You
game.
gotta understand, like the major sports, like baseball, basketball, football.
Yeah.
The strategy is before, like once the game is played, the game is played. The strategy is like before when the coaches and stuff. For us, like soccer
Knowing
and
your
hockey,
personnel.
the strategy is on the field. It's during that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a little hard to explain, like in basketball.
Or maybe football and basketball, they're watching more film and
The
like,
strategy is before,
Right.
like we getting prepared to play these guys. In soccer, the strategy, they can watch film and stuff, but the thing is, they coaches is calling them over.
Got it.
And it's like teaching them, coaching them, it's basically film footage during the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Look
sure.
because I remember I was watching a European soccer cup, and he had one of the assistant coaches. He had a clipboard on the sideline.
Just
And
watching
he drew
the last
something.
play. Yeah.
He was talking in Italian because it was, and
Sure.
he drew up a play. He's like, "This is what you do." So they sometimes had their film sessions on the field.
Okay.
So that's
All
one
right.
of the big difference.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Soccer, man.
He say soccer.
The one thing I don't understand about soccer is the extra time at the end and how it's all like just kind of like at judge's discretion. Like,
It is.
That's so weird to me. Like it feels like a rigging point, you know what I mean? Like a point where you can like rig the game, and be like, well, I'm going to give these guys an extra 2 more minutes, or whatever, like
Yeah, that's
whatever
why
it is.
that's
It's interesting.
That's why you can't. That's why they do their checks. They do they background. They make sure,
That you're not like tied into some bookie.
They do throw on their coaches because
Sure.
the thing is the coach does have a big say on the outcome.
Maybe that's something that we need to look into here about a lot of the sports, like vetting our referees a little bit more. And I don't know how much they do get vetted in like the NFL, the NBA and all that stuff. But I mean, we had that scandal with the NBA ref years ago.
You got to understand, like here in the States, it's not talked about a lot.
No.
And the thing is over in Europe especially, they talk about that all the time. And the thing is, once you talk about it a lot, you shed more light on it so the people wants to know. But it's kind of like here, it's kind of taboo. People don't really talk about, sometimes there's like doping and also like, point shaving and all that stuff, but it's they kind of like hush, like I don't want to talk about it. Let's just play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, they need to talk about it more because that's how you're gonna get these guys. That Donahue situation in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? That stuff. Yeah.
Sure. Have you heard anything about this? This is kind of off the cuff right here, but I don't really watch a ton of Joe Rogan anymore, but he had someone on who is making these, I think, Olympic-style games, but their whole thing is that they're able to use whatever sports-enhancing drugs that they want to use to do it. Have you heard anything about this?
No, but that'd be awesome.
You know what I mean? Like when I heard about it, I was like,
awesome.
I always thought about that because even when we had the sports show back in the day, like there was all those there's a lot of doping scandals going on. I forgot who exactly. Oh, Lance Armstrong was the one that we covered, a lot. But it's interesting because it's like what if there was a league that was just like didn't have no moral on it, and it was just like, hey, if the guy wants to use it, we're just gonna let him use it. You know what I mean? There's no restrictions on what they can use.
We'll penalize the clean player. You ain't taking anything.
That would be the twist. That'd be funny.
You're banned, buddy. You're not taking anything.
That would be hilarious, dude. That's funny, man. That would be a twist. That would be funny.
I never heard that, but that'd be awesome. I'll watch that.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it, and maybe someone in the chat can help us out.
I was thinking about a new sports, a sports a game,
Yeah.
You know, like they should have like a competition outside the arenas in the Olympics consist of barbecues. And my nominee will be Vinny.
Yeah, get some Viper Pit barbecue out there.
We're going to bring Viper Pit to
right.
the Olympics.
Bring a little So High Cafe pop-up out there, yeah.
We're going to try to make that happen.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
We're going to try to make that a sports.
Yeah.
Barbecuing.
Barbecue. Vinny can be, the star of the barbecue league. That's funny. But yeah, I was trying to find but I thought that was interesting, He's like, yeah, because like, the only reason I care about doping is because everyone isn't doing it. So like, why are you going to let Barry Bonds get away with it? You know what I mean? If like the whole team isn't doing it, you know what I mean? But like, if the whole team's doing it, then yeah, this is sweet. This is sweet, man. We can, push some human boundaries, I guess.
Let's see where this goes.
Mind, you know what I mean?
Let the bionic man begin. I want to see somebody knock a ball to the next state. You know what I'm saying? See how far.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, will we eventually have to like build bigger fields for like the baseball players that do this, or like like stuff like that?
Everything's
like,
gonna be bigger.
Yeah, the basketball court has to be bigger.
Everything
5 feet taller. You know what I mean? Like,
everything. The helmets.
I already think with all these 7-footers entering the league, dude, that we should put it up to 12 feet, dude.
Now this is like a real good joke segue.
Yeah.
I'm just like the coaches is all roided out on the sideline.
Oh yeah.
Call a timeout.
Oh yeah, dude.
Timeout.
Having strokes on the side.
The refs is dope. The refs is on steroids.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Dude, that's funny. That's crazy stuff right there, man. But yeah, no. They had an old episode. You can go check it out. It's on YouTube.
I'm gonna check that because I watch Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Because he talks about everything. He talks about.
Yeah. I was more of a fan back in the day, and then some of the guests got kind of strange. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no. When he does have interesting people who are science and fact based, and I'm all about it.
Oh,
I enjoy those episodes probably the most, actually.
Because I'm into stuff like that.
Oh yeah, he had that sleep guy on. It was all good. So yeah, no, I mean, but yeah, that's an interesting one to check out for that, and and kind of. I mean, we're kind of winding down here.
Yeah, we winded down. I wanted to touch on a little bit about the NFL.
Yeah,
I know.
Real quick, yeah, we can.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
It went by quick.
All right.
I was scared. I was like, oh,
no,
God, we're gonna be done in 15 minutes. I'm gonna be.
Don't be scared. I'm here.
Hell yeah, dude.
I ain't gonna save you, but I ain't scared. I ain't scared.
We can sit here on camera and just swim it out.
I ain't gonna save you, but.
That's funny. So yeah, you sent over a link talking about this new rule.
Yeah, about I call it a concussion-free rule by the NFL that they brought out for this upcoming season.
Right.
About they're going to add additional 12 men to the roster, but they're going to adapt the XFL, form of kickoff, which I think is cool.
Yeah, that's the concussion part of it. Yeah, for sure.
Right. But a lot of people, the American side, far as like the NFL, they're kind of leery of that because it's going to take away from the great punt returners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. No.
So,
I thought about that too because like that's one of my favorite parts of the game is the punt returner or the kick returners.
It's going to cost a lot of jobs, so to speak.
Yeah.
But
it'll change the way people draft. Because they're not going to try and get that fast slot receiver / punt returner, no more, like.
Yeah, because it was a guy named Dan Swartzstein. That's the article I was reading.
Okay.
And he made a compelling comment that, for us, like during the kickoff, like special teams, there's less plays run, but the most contact.
Right.
And so that prompted them to, try to tweak. And they was going over and then looking at how the XFL and other college and stuff. And they was just like, we're going to have to tweak this. And they basically did, so to say, tweaked it. And yeah,
basically. So now the NFL teams will be allowed to have 12 players on the field for this one specific. And basically, the 12th person is going to be holding the ball on windy days. Like when like you always see the kicker like repositioning it off the tee.
So that's the only time that 12th man is going to be utilized.
Yep. Yeah. So you'll be able to have 12 players on the team, and basically they're saying that it's going to be okay because by the time the player on the other side touches the ball, he's going to have plenty of time to get off the field, and stuff, because he won't be able to be part of the play. After he holds the ball, after they kick it, he has to get off.
So the point, the point for like the starting point for the landing spots, so to speak, is the same, right? For us, like the 34-yard line when it starts.
Yeah. So under the new rule, the return team will set up with the kicker on his own 35-yard line, while his 10 teammates will be lined up 25 yards away at the return team's 40-yard line.
Okay, that's like the same, almost the same. I think where it differs at as far as like the positioning, the stance for how they're lined up, how their feet have to be all players across.
Everyone their foot has to be on the 40-yard line until the returner touches the ball. Right. And then as soon as he does, then they can get off of there and go. So I think that's maybe the different.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it'll either be touchbacks or whatever happens here, right? I mean, or is the touchback going away? I guess I don't even really understand
actually the touchback is going away.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Like
it's going to be.
They're going to penalize you for kicking it out of bounds, right?
Yes,
now?
They are.
That's the new thing.
They
right? So
they want literally they want to score.
Yeah,
they want to score out the jump.
Mm-hmm.
They want to score. They want scoring.
Yeah, no, I mean that's fine with me. That's why I watch football. But yeah,
because usually it's a 30-minute to 3-minute commercial break right about then.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you do the kickoff, they do another 3-minute commercial, and you're like, oh,
Tostitos.
Yeah, pizza rolls,
Tostitos. Go get them.
That sort of stuff.
So High Cafe.
It's funny. The chat had a comment about our PED league. They get a 2-game suspension for testing negative for PEDs.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If you don't have nothing in your system,
I think they need to be banned.
You're out.
You ain't trying, bro. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's good stuff. Well, I don't know if you have anything else you want to touch on here, or if you're done with the NFL.
I would like to thank all the people that watch us. I have a lot of people that tells me, come up and say, hey, I like your show. Only thing we need is a little more subscription, to subscribe more, likes, more.
Subscribe.
We starting out, we try to be as humorous as we
can.
Yeah, all that stuff, because we appreciate everything, for the few people that follow us, faithfully. I really,
there's like I think there's like at least 15 or so like hardcore people that watch every week. You know what I mean? So
that's for a startup.
For a startup, yeah, exactly. That's perfect.
I appreciate all 15 of them, and I invite more.
I mean, with our show, we've been doing it since 2013 or something like that. We have 12,000 followers, but we only have like 60 hardcore that watch it every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So like it's interesting how those numbers kind of like.
And you 15 know who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who you are.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and thank you to Arthur for.
We got more followers than Clipper fans.
That's how I roll it.
Burn. Bro, that was good. Nice.
I don't like the Clippers.
But yeah, no, this fun. I want to thank Arthur for trusting me to keep the sports show going on for while he was out in Southern California out there, enjoying his time out there with his daughters and stuff. And shout out to Arthur and hope he's having a good time out there. And maybe I'll come join you guys a couple more times here on the show.
You better.
From time to time here. Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah. Cool,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, so I think with that, Larry Perkins, Mark Perez, for Arthur Knight, here on the Sportz Phenz podcast.
Adios, amigos.
We'll see you next week.